When it's all about me.
When it's all about me.
Yeah.
Because whatever I'm saying is spun in a way where either you have to agree with me or you have to go with me.
Exactly. And that's just on my side.
This is on my side.
So if I flip the coin and put it on you, not only do you have to go with me and agree with me, but then I'm not even going to hear what you are trying to say.
So we're not actively listening.
There you go.
Okay.
With an intent.
With an intent
to understand.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of the communication problems come between men and women. And I guess the old adage, when people are talking about difference between men and women, I've used it before. Men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
Break it down.
Men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti.
Okay.
Where you look at a waffle, because a waffle, you look at it, has all the different compartments.
All right. All right.
Now, and that means a man has a box for every single thing.
Okay.
So that means that when you talk to a brother, you can't talk to him about 4 different things at one time. You have to talk to him about one at a time. Because what happens is you give him 4 different things, he's still stuck on the first one because we are cognitive more so, where women are more emotive. Not saying that women are not cognitive, but we more function with thinking through a process. Not saying that women don't do that, but I'm saying that's how we're wired more so.
True.
Women are more emotive. They feel first. Okay, so we look at men more like waffles, women like spaghetti. For instance, a man has his job, a man has his family, a man has his car, okay? His job just messed up, his family is having problems, his car. He's gonna deal with the one that he can manage the best first, okay? Now, all this other stuff going on.
And knock that out.
So what he'll do is he'll sit and he'll go in his little cave and think about how he's going to fix this. He's thinking about how he's going to fix this.
You're right.
You got a woman over here who's like spaghetti, like a plate of spaghetti. When you get a fork and stick it in spaghetti, you begin to pull it up. And after a while, you're like, all this stuff is connected. Well, brother's over here dealing with the car today, this here. What she talking about, how's your day? Well, the car did this, and all this is connected. Okay, so you deal with all these different things. And so he's like, okay.
And there's more to come.
There's more to come.
Because you keep turning.
Because you keep pulling. Okay, so now you got the waffle and the spaghetti. And then she wonders why. She said, I told you this. And it's like, I'm still stuck on the first thing you said. You're not listening to me. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm a waffle. You're a plate of spaghetti.
Yeah, that's good.
I process differently. And so when we talk about that, we have to understand a lot of times how to be patient. So that's like even with my assistants and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, okay, you're giving me too much too fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Itemize it. Put it 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can come. I'm not slow. I just got to process differently.
I'm with you.
Because I'm a problem solver.
I'm glad you went there.
Okay.
I heard I read what one writer said, and I paraphrase it, that men are destiny-minded, while women are journey-minded.
Journey-minded. Yeah. Go ahead with that.
See, all we know is where we're going and how long it's going to take to get there, how much gas we need, and we going.
That's right.
Now, the woman can describe every store along the way.
What color the stores were. Yeah. Because it's like that.
It's not that one is better or one is worse or one is less or one is more. It's just we're different. And I heard Dr. Jeremiah Wright say that different does not mean deficient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another one on that same note, this one I heard before, is men are like headlines. Women are fine print.
I like that. I'm going to have to use that one.
Because you look at the front page.
All right, man.
Cowboys win.
Okay.
Headlines.
Gotcha.
That's men coming home from work. How was your day? Man's word.
It was fine.
There you go. Headlines. Women, fine print. Story on page 11. Jerry Jones, once again, came down to the sideline. He said, T.O., this your last year. And all this stuff got to go on. All this has to go on.
He was wearing a paisley tie. He had on brown shoes.
That's right.
Whole thing.
That's right.
In fact, he was looking a little thin this time.
He's looking a little thin.
Just everything.
And this is how I was feeling. And the air was a certain kind of way. Okay, it's about we communicate. All the while, the brother's like, do we really need all that?
You get me in trouble.
No, I get you in trouble. We just have a conversation about communication.
Uncut.
Now, uncut. Now, looking at that, those are some of the problems we face because we are wired different. Yeah, and the selfishness, once again, you're talking about, I believe, is because men are kind of like, another one was like, men are like buffaloes, women are like butterflies. You haven't heard that one?
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
I forgot what book I was reading. Men are like buffaloes, women are like butterflies. Because a buffalo is a strong, brawny beast.
Just charging through.
Charging through. And when he sees a herd of buffalo, you see that they are on their way. All right? Straight. All right? Not get to the point. Okay, what's the point? Women are like butterflies. They dainty and they float in conversation. Right? It's gentle. Now, what happens is, if a butterfly is having a conversation with a buffalo, that buffalo gonna charge right over that little butterfly, and now we wounded, right?
Right.
And that's what happens in conversations, because we have to recognize we're dealing with butterflies. They have to recognize they're dealing with buffaloes, and we got to somehow learn how to live in this earth together and communicate and say, look, I love the illustration about communication. This one I used in the counseling sessions before. Now, everybody in the studio, what am I holding up? What am I holding up? $1. $1. What am I holding up?
$1.
All right, $1. All right. What do you see on your side of the dollar?
I see a portrait.
Portrait.
I see some numbers, some writing.
Okay. You say you see a portrait, you see a number, and some writing, right? All right. On this side of the dollar, I see some numbers, an eagle. I see some other objects. Now, here's the whole deal. What's on the side of my dollar is not on side of, what's on my side is not on your side, right?
Right.
Now, I have to depend on you to tell me what's on the other side of this dollar.
Gotcha.
You got to depend on me for me to tell you what's on side of this, on what's on the side of the same dollar.
Okay.
In conversation, what takes place is this. We're talking about the same dollar, but you're looking at it from another side.
Gotcha.
And many times we'll say, that's not on there. I said, yes, it is. I need you to trust me that what I see on this side
is what I'm telling you.
Is what I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, we can't spend a dollar without both sides. It's of no value.
See.
And our conversation is of no value unless we say, listen, you're different. You see things differently. If we're going to have meaningful conversation, we got to trust each other.
That's good.
That what you see and what I see somehow comes together and makes something of value.
That's good.
Otherwise, we have value-less conversation.
That's good, man.
And that's with men and women. That's what men and women look at situations differently. Man.
And it's a medium of exchange.
It's a medium of exchange.
Oh, I like that.
Depends on what denomination you have. All right. Baptist. That's the Baptist,
right,
the dollar. That's why I went to non-denominational. We take all. I'm just messing with you. All right. Now, let's look at some other things. All right. And we talked about feelings. How big a role do feelings play in communicating?
Feelings unfortunately, they play a major role.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate because we depend too much on feelings.
Okay.
It's kind of like even when you receive salvation. There's a book, a tract that's real popular from Campus Crusade for Christ, and it lists, it portrays feelings as the caboose.
As a caboose.
In our lives, which means we can get along with them or without them. Mm-hmm. It should not drive them.
It shouldn't drive them.
Yeah.
It should bring up the rear.
It should bring up the rear.
But we can't exclude the caboose.
No. You can't. Yeah. They're important, but
They're
they shouldn't be, But unfortunately, in communication, it is. And I'm glad you asked that because I did a little bit of research before we got here.
Go ahead then, Mr. Researcher.
And in communication, it's interesting that 55% of communication is body language.
Exactly.
Then 38% is tone of voice.
Tone.
Then 7% are the actual words that are used.
So words don't even really play.
They right down here.
By the time I got through doing all this, you don't want to hear what I had to say.
It's kind of like this. I told this illustration on Sunday at Pilgrim Rest. I told it. So if we go by this, it's really not what is being said all